I'll go. Well, one thing I should mention is if you check the Discord, if you check to public support, and you check the pinned messages, one of them is a video by me that actually explains how to do this. But for now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna capture my desktop. So I'm gonna make a new scene. I'm going to add a, what is the source? Display capture? Yeah, display capture to whatever. Capture cursor, yeah. I'll grab that, I'll transition over. I'm just gonna keep it, well, I guess I'd have to switch over like that. So I have my thing up there in the top right. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna end it. Well, I might as well keep recording. I'm going to find a good way to do this because I don't know. Okay, so what I do? No, that won't work. Well, okay, so I have this. I'll make a browser source real quick. That's what you're gonna be using. Yeah, it's a browser source. I'm going to just put in, you know, Plexstorm. Like, this stuff, this is all simple so far. Width should be like, you know, 1920. Height should be what you want. 500 is minimum, I think around 500. But raising this up, let's say you put it 800, it's going to be like a taller thing. Custom CSS is going to be very important. I'm not going to have all of it right now. Hassle? No, I'm done streaming, and it's fine. I'll leave a recording. That's the only thing, is whether or not I want to record. Custom frame rate, you'd probably want to keep on, just because it'll simplify things. I use 1 FPS just to minimize how much I'm using from it. But for this purpose, it doesn't matter. I'll keep it at 30. So we're gonna have it like that. We're going to... Don't shut down the source when not visible. You could, or, you know, these two are up to you. Custom CSS is gonna be one thing. So I'm just gonna press OK. So we're gonna get a wide thing that you're gonna see on the left-hand side, but it's not gonna cover us because I'm not transferring it over yet, which is good. Now I gotta right-click on it. You have interact, which just took away my other version of the chat, but you can see this thing. This lets me interact with the website. I mean, I'm looking at my stream right now, right? So what I do is I pause it. It's muted. It's already muted for me, so just make sure that's muted. Pause that on the interact. So when you click on browser, interact, you get to this, and you can use it like it's a browser page. You can sign in. I have it signed in already, so I don't have to worry. I can type if I want. But none of that is useful to you. You want just the chat. So make sure this is paused. Make sure it's muted. And then what we're going to do is we're going to close that for now. I'm going to go into filters. Right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to add a crop filter. You can do this a few ways. You can literally... I'm going to show... Okay, there's two ways. First, I'm going to show you the crop filter. Right? So I'll just make a crop filter. I think it's right by like what? How much? It's not by a lot. Left is by, what is it, if I have 1920, it's 1000, what is it, 1800? No, 1200? Well, anyway, I get down there and I can just scroll it. Just till you're happy with it. Top, you want to scroll off. If you have ads, you're going to have to scroll up more, but it's like about 50. I think the right, it's exactly 15, so you don't cut off anything. And the bottom, I think it's 20. No, it's 40, I think. Well, whatever, something like that. So I have that whole chat bar now. I can close that. I can also toggle it on off, no problem. So we'll have it on for now. So there you go. There's the chat. That's the basic version. That's it. You'll want to, when you stream, you'll want to mess around with it more. But you know what? I've got more to show you. As you can see, all my little things here. I'm gonna show real quick. My own chat source has a whole bunch of custom CSS in here. And this is where it gets confusing, and it's going to be difficult. Changing the dot background purple -500. This all this stuff is probably in my video. I'm not sure. I'll be making a new one. But if you type in this code that I have down here, I don't know how well you can see it. .bg -purple -500. Then I don't know what the squiggle brackets are called. And background rgba, and you could choose the amounts of each. So I have one of each because I want it to be basically black, and then the last number here is actually opacity, so it's a little bit under half opacity, so it's a half transparent background. That's how I'm getting like the darker black background going on. The x.xrem, that is all the text that's in the chat box is associated with this. So then you put another square bracket, and then you choose some of this stuff I have here. The font size is the most important one. So now if let's say I grab this, I'm just gonna grab this one for example. Yeah, I'm just gonna grab that, and I'm gonna bring that over to this new scene into the browser source. I'm gonna go to properties. I'll add it as a new line. I'll also close off the bracket, and then it should refresh. And now you see that the text on it is larger than it used to be. If I change it to, normally it's 0.8. That's the default. I could change it to 1. Yeah, you could change the CSS. 1.8, let's say, and you see it's even bigger. Just look at that. So don't scale it up. Try not to scale it up like to make the text bigger, if you can help it, unless you want it to be wider. But this is the better way to get like a bigger chat. Again, height will change how many lines will show vertically, so that's something you can mess with. There's a few other options in there. Obviously, you can change like the font family. You can make it all caps. I think font style you can do that with. One thing I like to do, an easy way I like to, if you don't like the purple and you just want to get the chat, no problem. You can add a color key, I believe. You choose a custom color and you just select the color, pick the color, easy. So it's gonna look a little funky, like you're seeing right now. So what you do is I think you bump down the similarity. Or no, I don't think so. I think similarity is at 100. Smoothness, I think you turn that down. No, this must be the wrong thing. Yeah, no, this is the wrong. This is the wrong. It's not color key. Sorry, I think it's chroma key. Yeah, here it is. Okay, sorry. Yeah, this is this one. Running out of this. It keeps telling me I'm running out of this space in SSD. I'm not doing anything with it. I'm not even recording to it. It's just complaining. It's whining at me. Okay, so now we see nothing, right? Because the similarity is too high. Let's just drop. Yeah, let's drop similarity to 0. Smoothness to 0. The color spill reduction. Yeah, you want it at 100. Yeah, leave that down. Similarity, you can raise it a little bit. Don't raise it too much. Or maybe not at all if you want. Like, just do it like that. 1 similarity, 1 smoothness, 100% key color. You can see that I didn't crop off enough of the bottom. Maybe it's 50 or something like that. Well, it's close like that. You know, you get the idea. You just have to fiddle with the numbers a little bit, but that's a good guideline. So now we got the chat on its own. You can mess with the contrast if you want from this. So make it like appear a little brighter or darker or whatever. Up to you. It's kind of hard to fix the color to chat itself, which is why I use so much CSS. But there you go. You got a little chat. That's it. Again, the problem is that when you start a new stream, because it is your stream page, when you go live, the stream will turn on in this. So you want to not just interact, but you want to go to filters. You're going to want to uncrop it, and then go to your stream. Oh god, where's the stream? Pause here. There, you pause the stream again. Okay, there it is. You're an absolute legend. Oh, there we go. I didn't see the rest of it. Where's the way of doing it? Scratching my head trying to figure out a non-hacky way. I mean, this is literally a hacky way. It's just a nice looking hacky way. But yeah, that's how you do it. Just make sure it's always paused. And if you don't care about pausing it, like if your download is good and you don't give a shit, just mute it. At the very least, mute it. Little speaker icon. You can mute the thing here too. You can mess with that. But yeah, and then all you got to do to get the crop back to where you want, it's like that. Boom, instant. If you want it a different way, if you don't want to use this crop tool and you really don't like that idea, another way to do it is you just hold Alt and you click and drag off like that. You hold Alt and you click drag, hold Alt, click drag. That'll do the same thing, but it'll change how interact works. If you go to interact here, it'll still keep the whole window. Now, the thing is, for me, this is for me. Oh god, I broke it. For me personally, I'll reset transform here, so it's back to this, and then I'll just refilter on it. The reason I use filter is because the way I look at chat is literally with this interact. I take this, I shrink it down. I actually have a feature. You're gonna see it now. No one gets to see this. This is like you're like the first person that gets to see it. I can actually turn down the opacity on this with a tool I have. I have a special exe file, a special hotkey setup. It's with this thing at the bottom here. But I put that transparent, and I do Control Alt O to make that always on top, so that even when I tab off to something else, let's say Steam, I can see the chat. But the problem is when you click it, it's going to bring me to OBS, right? So now I have another button that makes it so that this box is click throughable, so that I can't click on it at all. So once I put it somewhere and I have it transparent, it's easy enough for me to see the chat at all times with one monitor. So yeah, that's everything that I can think of. God, this is a bit of a mess now, this whole little thing here. Let me get back to my normal. Whoop, there we go. Jeez. Alright, I'm just gonna remove that whole scene because I don't need it. The idea is there. I have a whole bunch of CSS. I'm gonna have to go back into it. You can see right here I have a text shadow. I think this specific one, do you see like how there's like a black line around the text? That has to do with some of the stuff in here, the text shadow. -1 pixel, 0 blacks, 2 pixel black. I don't know, I don't remember exactly what all this shit means. I just know that it works. Font family, if you put font family in, and you use the quotations all like I have here, you can use any font that's installed on your computer instead of the font that's normally on the browser. That's also why my text looks a little different. I'm going to give you all the text that I have in the text chat so that you can see it. Just so you get an idea. That would be for the back. The first one's for the background. The second one will be for the thing. I know there's a delay, so you're gonna see it before, you know. And then I'll put the other one, just so you can mess around with it, because this is basically, I've set it up. You're gonna have to remove, add, change things, whatever you want. But those are the two things I use to make my stream look exactly the same as you have, as I have. Right above. Hopefully that answers all your questions. I'm the tech support on